Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of
The English Couple.
the what? The good?
The English Couple.
The English good couple.
English good. I was going to say.
Yeah.
Good morning to you and you and you.
Good morning. We haven't done one for a while, but we are hopefully going to do a couple of these, so watch out for them. Today we're standing in the car park of the Limes Hotel in Needham Market in Suffolk with a very intriguing tree that the lovely Julia is very desperate to find out what it is. Let's go and have a quick look at that.
Its leaves are absolutely thoroughly intriguing. I mean, the only way I can describe these leaves is like dinosaur foot. Look. Here's a good one. No, well, anyway, so toe. See what I mean? It's just really interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lobed toe type things. Look at this one. These are long toes.
So if anyone knows what the dinosaur foot tree is, and just to give you a sense of the size and the shape of it,
The bark is pale and covered in water at the moment, so it looks stripy, but yeah, pale with lots of like little pimples as such.
anyway.
Yeah, so if anyone can tell me what that tree is, I'd love to know, because I did think at first Indian bean tree, but it's lobed. The leaves are lobed instead of big and bulky. Anyway,
It's not a native tree, I can tell you that much.
that much I know. But yeah, this is a lovely little village. Is it a village?
Yeah,
It's not a town, is it?
No, it's a nice, beautiful little village. And we've been up here because I had to give a talk. Yesterday I was asked to give a talk.
I was going to say, you didn't have to.
No, I was asked. Whoops, so there's a car coming.
We had a pooch behind the fence. Hello, pup. I won't bother him too long. God, dog's doing his job. Or her.
So we thought what we'd do is we'd have a little stroll down the high street. Hopefully the road isn't too busy. Just to show you, because it's one of those sort of one road villages. And
1733, the old studio. So cute.
1733, the old studio. It's one of those one through villages,
Yeah.
isn't it? With some beautiful old properties on, including the when did you say it was?
1733.
Old studio. Let's start with the church here, which I think is a Victorian church, or Georgian church rather. But it may be older. So we're at really about halfway through, but anyway, on the village road. Which way should we go? That way?
Well, maybe I wondered if the church would be open.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I mean, maybe we'll end up in there,
Maybe not.
Who knows?
This is the Limes. We're going to cross the road so you can get to see the hotel. This is where we stayed. Lovely hotel. It's only been open about 2 months. It's been refurbished and put back together. I think it was closed for quite some time. But it's a Georgian fronted building with timber on the inside but heavily hidden. Have a look. Called the Limes, but you can see that there are these beautiful old timber framed buildings with the jutted
The
top.
overhang that I love so much.
Yeah, there we go, look at that. In a road that is called Bridge Street, which presumably there's a bridge that goes over something or other. And it's got a strange name, Tolly Cobbold.
And the weird thing is, it's pebble dashed.
Yes, that's the biggest.
Totally pebble dashed.
That is really awful that they pebble dashed a timber frame building that would have had wattle and daub and all of that. But it's a nice mixture of, as you said, medieval type houses, the old timber framed, and then the Georgian ones, like this one across the road. Quite a few of these properties have been pebble dashed, haven't they?
Yeah. Strangely enough, yes. I suppose it was a big fad at one point, wasn't it? Once one neighbourhood would have it, other people would go, oh yeah, it's all right, isn't it? And do it as well, I suppose. Oops, sorry.
What I'm not a great fan of is when people paint brickwork, because you can never really successfully get that paint off the brickwork, because it's
You take some of the brick and mortar with it, don't you?
yes, well, it's sort of basically just stain the brick, but luckily hasn't. So we're just exploring. It's nice to see some of these independent shops. Here's some. And that is the great thing about small market towns and villages. They can still retain some of the independent businesses. The big corporations haven't come in and just taken over.
Swallowed up.
But there's a nice mixture of pastel colours, isn't there? On
I rather like that one.
Yes, I thought you might.
Mauve, I'd say.
So it looks like a charity shop.
Certainly seems like it. Here's Brett's Bakery, traditional bakes. Ah, someone did say there was a bakery here.
And then what's this? A butcher's, good old-fashioned butcher's.
A butcher's, a baker's. Where's the candlestick maker?
Yeah. It says on there,
How would you
Award-
pronounce that?
it says on there, award-winning ham, bacon and sausages. And then what's that? Plight? Plis?
The Pytel?
Plightle?
The Pig Hittle? That's an unusual one.
Yeah.
That's an unusual building. The pale brick with the
Well, it does have a sign on it. Should we go over and have a look? 'Cause it
yes, the almshouse, I think.
says something. Hostel,
Love
is
the
it?
door.
Hostel, hotel? What does that say? Looks a religious building. Are you going to cross
The almshouse for eight poor
house.
widows.
Ah, yeah.
8 poor widows or widowers belonging to this place was originally built and endowed by some benevolent individual, further endowed by the late Sam, repaired in 1886.
So Victorian,
I said no.
a Victorian almshouse. It's funny. I wonder when it was when they stopped making almshouses, because now I suppose you called almshouses would be social housing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which-
Ooh, vintage antiques collectibles.
So this is what's in there then?
So there's a very interesting pair of silver scissors.
Oh,
No, there's lots of lovely little knick-knacks and
knick-knack paddywhacks, give the dog a bones.
not cheap knick-knacks.
No, they never are.
No, of course not. Anything worth
Antique.
having. So, lovely things in the window though. Angel coffee shop over there.
Say again.
The Angel coffee shop over there. Oh.
It doesn't look very open though, does
It
it?
looks like that is closed.
Oh, sorry. And then you've got the Needham Market United Reformed Church on the opposite side of the road. Then we kind of come to the end of the main high street, and it sort of turns into a bit more of the domestic housing.
And the
modern,
slightly.
yes. So the oldest bit being the bit that we've walked through, although there is the other side of it. As we came to here last night, we went to a beautiful farm shop, which was called, what was it called?
Alder Car.
Alder Car. And it was a very lovely farm shop. There was definitely a farm, had its own pig. We saw a pig, didn't get to film anything at the time. We were just trying to get some bits and bobs, weren't we?
We were.
And
It was
then
very lovely.
very lovely. And then next to it was this mill, great big mill. I mean, you know, about 100 yards or more around, with a river. Now I can't remember what the name of the river is around here. This lady class.
Neither can I.
But it wasn't a very big river for a massive, great mill.
Yeah.
On about 3 or 4 stories, with a bit, you know, like a typical mill. It's got the block and tackle where it winches stuff up and does whatever it does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of mill, whether it was a flour mill, a water mill, or whatever. But
flour mill or water mill.
well, yes, a windmill or a water mill,
Yeah.
doing milling something. Here we
Yeah.
go. Look, here's an overview of the village. Can't really work out where that mill was. So, shall we go down to the other? We'll go from the hotel and go down the other end.
That sounds like a plan.
And by a little bit of magical editing, we'll transport ourselves back there. So see you in a sec. So we've come back to the Limes Hotel, and we saw this. We didn't really dwell on it very much when we first came down the high street. But here's a building with that's being renovated, but you can see the wattle and the exposed exterior, wattle and plaster. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. Old beams, because it would have had wattle and daub in between these originally, wouldn't it? And then eventually they'd have gotten filled in with bricks.
Like they've done there.
Yeah. And now they're putting these slats over it so they can plaster over the top and preserve what's underneath, which is nice. It's lovely to see it like that.
Yeah, so you can see sometimes buildings can look like they're made of brick or something. Well, it's got brick infill, but it's actually timber frame building, and then you've got the brick infill, which would have been much later, and then you've got these slabs going, or slabs going across, and then they've got the rendered plaster on the back, which is then painted, and it looks like it's a little restaurant or something. You all right?
Yeah, something went in my eye. Alright.
So we need to shoot past the hotel. They've got a wake going on in there this morning, so people are turning up for that. And then we'll head back down the other side of the high street, which must be north, because the sun is behind us,
Yes.
probably blasting into the camera. So let's have another look at the church. This time we'll have a bit of a look round it and head up
Open.
further north, shall we? Yeah, it is a bit of a... You want to go in? Where are you?
I'm here. I'm here. There's an interesting slim door over there.
Yes, can't really see it from here.
No, can't. forgot the actual funeral's happening in here.
Oh,
We've got a
right.
little bit of time. We can have a quick look around.
Just a quick
Thank you
look.
so much. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous.
Wow, that looks like a hammer beam. It's a double hammer beam roof. From what sort of period? Medieval, anyway.
It is medieval.
Yeah.
I've been here for 2 weeks, so I'm still learning. Forgive me.
So yeah, the vicar lady there is. She's only been here 2 weeks, but yeah, that is absolutely stunning. And Julia's got a bit of information about it.
This famous roof, dating back at least 5 centuries, is a triumph of medieval architecture at a time when no metal fixings were used, only tongued joints and wooden pegs. The full splendour of the roof with its incredible 30-foot span was only revealed when a vaulted plaster ceiling was removed during the restoration of 1880. The roof is unrivaled in England for its breathtaking technical audacity, creating what has been described as a whole church seemingly in the air. That's a good description.
Absolutely stunning.
I am so glad we stopped in here.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
We'll have to come back on another occasion, won't we, when we've got a bit more time, because they've got the wake going on in the hotel, which we stayed in last night. So we'll get out the way. Thank you so much. Check it out.
Wow.
Good morning.
And the age of this door, look at the door here. That is incredible. And now, I said at the beginning when we saw the church, oh, it looks like it's late Georgian or early Georgian or Georgian or Victorian, because it's not until you step inside. Actually, sometimes churches can be quite deceptive.
The true age can appear.
And now that I've spent a bit more time looking at it, and obviously the roof reveals its truer age, it is quite exceptional with all this. Well, it looks like it's got flint and stone, because the clock is much more modern. Which is what threw me. Julia's gone to have a look at the little door, so we'll have a little look at that. But first, I'm pleased to show hollyhocks are everywhere.
Wow. 3 crowns here on a crest, on a shield. Lion on this side, a very fancy tail.
Any unicorns?
No, no unicorn. I bet there's unicorns inside though. Being a medieval type church, I've got to come back here sometime. On a unicorn hunt.
Let's go down in a quieter street, because obviously the noise of the cars is a bit disturbing on the microphone and for our ears. And Julia has found a little peculiar nook.
I'm an upstanding member of the church building.
Hold on to that, don't let it fall.
No, right, I'll see you later. Well, do you know what? I think it's fine. It's been standing there long enough.
More houses rendered off in the pebble dash. You do get the feeling that somebody came round in the 70s and went, pebble dash your house, mate, pebble dash your house. Let's continue up this little area. I'll come this side of you if that's okay, so we see you as well. Look at these unusually large windows here, because the normal Georgian windows aren't quite that wide traditionally, but you've got 8 panes and then another 8, so 16 on sash windows just here. It's quite interesting. And then a boarded up door here.
Yeah, and
Which
another
is-
boarded up door there. That would be the...
Yeah, let me just show this one. And then one on the church. Which would have been the east side, wouldn't it? If that's
Yeah.
south.
Yeah, the east side.
It's curious because normally a church lies east-west that way. This is lying northwest, north-south. So never eat. Yes, the east window, shredded wheat. It's unusual to have that door boarded up.
Yeah.
Very often it's the north door that's boarded up in churches. Lovely windows though.
Mm.
You can see it's a mixture. It's a mixture of old, what looked possibly were Roman bricks in the wall here. Some Roman bricks, tiles in here, cornstones on the side, and then all sorts of flint pebbles. It's a real mixture of whatever material was available at the time to build all of this. Absolutely wonderful. I love it when it's much more mixed up rather than just, you know, too uniform.
You've seen that bit? I think it's a newer part of the building.
Yeah.
The checkerboard bit there.
Yeah, come round here, you can see then suddenly it's a bit more uniform here on this extension. And that, it looks lovely though, doesn't it?
It does.
And this, I guess they're pebbles, but it looks a bit like ironstone, but I don't think it is. And then nicely finished, probably, I don't know, a couple of 100 years ago, if that. And nice, as you say, checkerboard with the flint, and then a bit of timber to finish it off. You pointed out at the beginning of this a workshop, not a workshop, studio, 17 something or other. There's one across the road, 1718. So, timber frame building. It's got tiles on the roof. I wonder if it was probably thatched originally. Because I imagine around here there would have been a lot of thatch work. But it's now got ceramic tiles. And it's got this curious inlay which would have been, I think, put in the Georgian times. Misshapen windows, which is quite interesting. And then, but just along, you've got something called the Tudor House, which, again, timber frame, but it's got a brick frontage, and it's for sale. And then this tiny little pokey place in between. That's what I love about the English architecture and how houses were higgledy-piggledy put together by, you know, people who had a little bit of money. They built their house. And now, of course, all over England you see these new builds. They're all identical, they're all concentrated in one area. And this charm of a place like Needham Market, which just oozes with its charm, obviously spoilt by the continual traffic going through from the noise thing. But you can imagine the horses and carts coming in, the amount of people, the shops, the greengrocers, we said before, the candlestick maker, all of that. Lovely example of a timber frame, one over here.
I was going to say this one's gorgeous. Saw one of the arched windows on the side just now, but careful. Aged wood. Age of the tree to begin with, and then the age of the wood since it's been in situ. It's just wow. The overhang I love. But this sort of cottage at the edge of a woods with lots of, you know, nice little herb garden. That's me in a past life, I swear.
Yeah.
Don't know what
No.
it is about the Tudor look.
It's just that, yeah, absolutely. And they weren't sort of designed on paper in the way that, you know, they just evolved this whole process. And people often say, why did they overhang? Why did they do this? And I understand, if I've got this right, the reason was that because it's quite a long floor and it's wood, that if you didn't overhang, if you just butted up to the wall, you would end up with a bow or it'd be very bouncy floor. But because it's overhanging and you've got weight from above, the weight of the floor above and the wall above, it's pushing down on the overhang, which keeps the beams stressed downwards, which straightens the beams in the middle of the floor.
That makes so much sense. I'd never thought about that before. I mean, I thought it was due to the fact that the ground charge, that you've been charged more for having a wide, you know, so it was a way of giving yourself more room up there. But yours sounds very, very plausible.
Well, I read that somewhere.
You read something?
I know, I do.
Goodness me.
Shall we just do the last bit up here?
Yeah.
There's a number of houses for sale along here. Let's go and have a look. There's a plaque on this one. Alexander and Co. Founded 1744, merged 1878. Gurneys, Alexanders and Co. Needham Market Society. Don't know what they did. Sorry about the noise of the bus.
They formed with others Barclays Bank. So Barclay and Co., which I assume became Barclays Bank in 1896.
Should we just nip up here because
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
a bit
loud?
fast,
Sorry about that. It's oh golly, and there's a bloody great lorry
Fast
coming through.
lorry.
Stand clear. This vehicle is turning left.
Stand clear. This vehicle is turning left. No kidding.
One of the problems of our modern age is all this sodding noise. Everything is so loud, and it's so difficult to escape. Back in the days of the clip-clopping horses, everything was much better,
Oh,
wasn't it?
that's such a therapeutic sound, isn't it? Just doing clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. Oh. Stop it.
Clop, clip, clop, clip.
The vicar gave me a nice bit of information booklet about the church, which I look forward to reading up on later.
So I think just up ahead, oh, I was hoping that'd be a nice little park, but I think it might be a car park.
Yeah, it does look like that. It's got a green patch and some flowers. It's got a flower bed.
Well, anyway, we're kind of in our impromptu, just very quick look at Needham Market. We need to come back and
do it again.
and do it more
properly.
justice and actually know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd just take you around. At least we've escaped from the
Yeah.
noise.
So we've inevitably missed things. So
Yeah, so
don't be mad.
Don't
please.
be mad. And we look forward to the next one where we go somewhere else and know nothing about that and try and make sense of it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I have.
I have too.
So we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.